Hi everybody. This is my first attempt. I don't think I've ever done this at a little bit of live painting. You can see this little circle I have here. I do those in a special way, and I hand paint all of that area you see right there. And then I go in and fill in the details. I'll show that process another time, but right now I'm just going to show you probably the simplest part of this whole operation, which is adding the detail. I can't talk much while I'm painting, so you're just going to have to kind of watch if you want to, or if you don't. Now would be the time to push stop. Not sure how this one will turn out since I kind of have an audience. I'm not good at performing in person, for lack of a better word, but we'll see what happens. This brush I'm using is an old brush, and I couldn't find a brush that had tiny enough, see there, I just had a boo-boo, but I think it's fixable. I couldn't find a tiny enough brush that had just a few bristles, so to speak, little tiny hairs. So I took this old brush and I cut it down to the amount of hairs that were suitable for me for doing these little tiny palm trees. I think I fixed that boo-boo over there. Wow, this is a little more challenging than I thought it would be. Yes, I know, my nails need done. Right now, I have over 100 of these little babies to do, so I have bigger fish to fry than my fingernails. That's okay. It shows I have working hands. Working hands are a good thing. Okay, this one's, I think, just about done in terms of the fronds. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Enrich the color here a little bit on this. At the risk of sounding like Bob Ross, this palm tree looks a little lonely. I did it again. When you're working with these tiny, tiny little, especially homemade brushes, you have to be really careful when you rinse them that you don't keep any water in them. Otherwise, you get those little boo-boos like I just did. Little puddles of water that sometimes work, sometimes don't. I'd sing for y'all while I do this, but then I know you'd turn it off for sure. Okay. Then I take my other little teeny brush, this one. Oops, it's very tiny. And I give the little tree some coconut love. I think that's got enough coconut love now. Can you hear them? Can you hear him, I should say? Can you hear the gull coming in? He sees you sitting there. He wants to know if you have some food. They will steal your food, you know. Okay, there's his wings. Just get a teeny dab of orange paint right out of the lid of my teeny bit of his little face, his beak, his head, whatever. Then I go into my black paint. I just want to give a hint of those lovely, sometimes black, sometimes gray feathers that seagulls have. On their undersides and down their sides. He looks like he's coming in for a landing, so I think I'll give him a couple. Oh, there's his landing gear. I'm looking here. I think the sand needs just a tad more depth on this, so I'm going to give it that. Just kind of right up there where it meets the water. There. To me, anyway, that kind of gives the illusion that the water's rushed up there and made it a little bit wet before it drifted back out. And maybe, if I can do this while I'm filming, just a little bit of interest on this palm trunk. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's see. I think that worked a little. And then when you look out, when you're standing, for those of you who don't know, when you're standing on the shore and you're looking out and you see an island like that, you do see little tiny wisps of undefined growth. So that's kind of what I'm putting in here. You're not sure if it's weeds, if it's sea grapes, if it's... You're just not sure what it is, but you do see it. And that's why a lot of times in these little paintings, even larger paintings, it looks a little undefined, because it really is undefined, unless you've been right there on that island and seen what's there. But it's still a great reminder of that wonderful tropical foliage that I love, and I think most of us love, who like such things anyway. Okay, well, this is definitely sort of a demo painting. And as with anything, even though it is a little bit of a demo, I'm going to initial it. I call this signing it, but on these little tiny ones I can never put my whole name on. I'm just going to use my Sharpie Ultra Fine Point marker in brown. I like to call it coconut brown. And just put my initials on. Okay. That one's all done. That may or may not go into a necklace. But anyway, it's all done. See if we can get up close without it blurring. Maybe it'll focus a little. Anyway, there's some hand painting demonstration by Coconut Sal. Maybe the next one will flow a little smoother. Thanks for watching if you've hung in this long. Have a great day. Bye-bye.